After Typhoon Goni, Tzu Chi volunteers carried out a 2-day work for relief program in the Philippines. Overwork led Tian Yijing to develop leukemia, though a stem cell transplant helped her recover. I'm Sean Scanlon. This is DaAi Headlines. In the aftermath of Typhoon Goni, Tzu Chi volunteers carried out a work for relief program for 2 days in Batangas. More than 1,000 affected residents received much needed help, including some young people who donated the $20 they earned from Tzu Chi. Here's more.
More than 1,000 people have participated in the 2-day work for relief program in Batangas. The volunteer fire brigade in Quezon City has also come to help out.
Not only Filipinos and not only Chinese, but just as human beings, we need to help each other. Eventually, we might need some help from others.
The affected residents cleaned up the mud in front of their houses and on the streets. Now they are able to clean up. They also have courage to face the aftermath of the disaster.
Because of your encouragement and help, we can recover very fast. Although we do not know each other, thank you for reaching out to us.
Everyone is given $20 a day. This group of young people have returned the extra $20 the volunteers have given them.
We should return what is not ours.
48 hours after the disaster, everything has been restored to the normal state. The affected residents have seen hope.
God has sent you here. If the debris has not been cleaned up, we will not be able to go out.
We have learned the Tzu Chi way and we will continue to carry it out.
In Malaysia, a village in Skudai has been devastated by floods and heavy rain. Tzu Chi volunteers conducted disaster assessment, also helping affected residents clean up their homes. Let's take a look.
Filming with a mobile phone, one sees that the area is surrounded by mud water. The heavy rain has led to floods in the streets and houses. In a village in Skudai, the low-lying areas have been flooded. Although there is waterproof embankment, the flood water could not be stopped.
The bed is wet, the TV set is broken. It is being dumped here. When it flooded, the TV set fell down. I placed it on the table. As it flooded, it was soaked in water and it fell down. The refrigerator is still there.
By nighttime, the flood water has not receded, so Tzu Chi volunteers deliver eco-friendly blankets and Jingsi folding beds to the affected residents.
We've discovered that this family has no place to go to. They need to return to this place to live. So we deliver 4 Jingsi folding beds, pillows, and blankets for them. We need to solve their problem of sleeping at night.
On the next morning, Tzu Chi volunteers went to the disaster area again to help clean up the debris.
Going into the living room, we see that the water is up to our knees. The water is deep. We took a look and saw that the living room was flooded. The electronic appliances and furniture are floating in the water. We entered 4 or 5 rooms and the furniture, including beds, have been soaked with flood water.
It is serious. Look, everything has been destroyed. Cleaning will take a long time as there's much mud. He has to clean up his home. We cannot feel his pain.
Despite the pandemic, 43 Tzu Chi volunteers joined the cleaning team. They cleared out the garbage, helping the residents clean their homes.
It is difficult to clean the place in one day. When we see that we've cleaned up the mud, they're very happy and so are we. It will be difficult for them to clean up by themselves.
As everyone works with one heart and one mind, they are able to clean up their homes.
Since August, Tzu Chi Malacca Chapter has been helping people financially impacted by COVID-19, even setting up consultation booths at markets, storefronts, and even the sidewalk. This helps Tzu Chi reach out to more people in need.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Malaysia has set up a consultation booth in the morning market, night market near the neighborhood in such areas to be readily accessible to those who need some COVID relief.
We've set up this booth here so people can see us and know we're helping to provide relief. Those who don't need the help but know about us being here can also pass on the message to their neighbors who have been fired or are out of work.
I've only heard about it, but haven't seen it, and didn't know where to go for help. So for those who really need help, this should be good.
This COVID cheerly relief plan from the Tzu Chi Malacca Chapter started in August and will continue until December of this year. Thus far, they've hosted 30 sessions of this consultation sign-up event.
We're here to alleviate financial burden during the pandemic. Maybe they have been fired or their business was forced to shut down, or even those who are experiencing a pay reduction of 30% or more. When we're out in the public, the residents can clearly see that we're here to help them. The subsidies can also help them for the coming month.
We heard a lot of news that those hoteliers are closing.
I was affected. In July, Tzu Chi volunteers asked a union rep from the hotel and tourism sector to learn more about how they can help, as they too have been severely impacted by COVID.
She shared with us that 6 hotels and over 1,000 people are out of a job.
We hope we can thoroughly understand if this group of people who have lost their job need our assistance. Often the low-income families don't know what channel to turn to. This is why it's important for us to be out in the community and showing up for them.
Extending a helping hand, Tzu Chi hopes to provide some support during this uncertain time.
Tzu Chi volunteers from 5 cities in Guangxi Province gathered at Liujiang Middle School in Liuzhou. In addition to giving out scholarships to students, they also staged dramas and designed special games to teach students gratitude.
The students are testing the flexibility of their fingers and writing with a pen in their mouth to experience the daily life of a physically challenged person.
Even though without hands, there are other ways to achieve my goal. This is my experience.
As long as I persist, I believe there's nothing that can't be achieved.
Cherishing blessings and being grateful are the gifts sent by Guangxi Tzu Chi volunteers to the scholarship recipients in Liujiang Middle School.
I should study harder and be introspective. I think I should work harder so that I won't disappoint those who love me and the people I love.
As her brother, it's true that sometimes I can't control myself. I always want to play video games, but thank you for my sister's reminders. I'll definitely try to change myself.
To the teachers, Tzu Chi's scholarship consists of love and care, which can help cultivate good characters in students.
In the past 3 years, we have witnessed the number of scholarship awards rose from 60 to 141 this year. In recent activities, we have more and more young teachers and head teachers participating. They realize that Tzu Chi volunteers are really sincere and diligent in helping our students from Liujiang Middle School. In China, the Anxi 3rd Hospital has taken in more than 400 mentally challenged patients. Shaman Tzu Chi volunteers recently donated 600 blankets and 400 new clothes to patients to help them feel more comfortable.
Volunteers are delivering more than 600 new clothes and 400 blankets to Anxi 3rd Hospital.
There are many mentally challenged patients here. They tend to damage clothes, so they need clothes.
Considering the large number of mentally challenged patients, volunteers have printed the hospital's names on the clothes to prevent them from wandering away. These clothes are an extension of Tzu Chi's recycling mission.
As volunteers are doing recycling, they have discovered many new clothes. They were discarded as garbage because of the overstock in the factories or because the closing down of shops. Recycling volunteers collect and organize them so they can send them to the needy.
With new clothes to wear, the patients also need to read good books to enhance their knowledge.
We gave them Jingsi aphorisms and some books written by Dharma Master Zheng Yan. They cannot read books that are too difficult to understand, so we did not give them Buddhist books. These patients need to be hospitalized for the long term. While being hospitalized for 3 to 5 years, they can learn outside knowledge from the books.
The volunteers have delivered the new clothes and books with their love and care for the patients.
At the age of 34, Tian Yijing became sick from overwork and developed leukemia. Fortunately, a stem cell match was found. Within half a year, the transplant took place. When her health recovered, she began caring for her mother.
She's very innocent and simple, as if there are no bad people in this world. She's also very cheerful.
This eldest sister, who used to work long hours with little rest, ignored warnings about her health.
My sister saw it one day. She said, "Sister, why are there red spiral markings on your back?" Because that was in the past. I was too tired at work and became ill from overwork. I was diagnosed with leukemia. I cried because I wanted to say, "Why is it me?"
Crying at the age of 30 brought a great shock to this family, which was surprised by the disease.
I always wanted to say, if she cannot wait for a machine, what should I do? Why my eyes blurry? When I ride a motorcycle, I am always crying.
Tears in her eyes, her mother did not know what to do, as her husband was also bedridden, as they burned the candles at both ends until a successful pairing was found.
One thing that has always moved me is that he personally wrote a card to me, and then he said it's just a small pain for him as he hopes to help me. When I saw his card that day, I cried out loudly, just like when I was diagnosed. I want to exercise every day and wanted to say, "Whoa, today is another day, and I can see the sun again."
After her life was back on track, she remembered what her elderly father often said.
Dad often shed tears and would look at me and said that I have to thank the person who saved my life. He said it was this person who was the one who let me live again.
This 90-year-old father had no regrets when he passed away, but in recent years, her mother's health has been poor, which makes her very worried.
She could not sleep well because she was afraid I would fall. She was very fragile. Now, when I spend a day with her, I feel very peaceful. I think I'm very happy.
I also want to thank the donor. If he didn't let me reborn, I would not be able to take care of my mother.
To say gratitude in person, she waited for 4 years.
I'm a little disappointed because I really want to see what kind of bodhisattva this person is, someone willing to donate stem cells to me.
To express her feelings, she wrote a letter of gratitude. This letter was sent to Zhang Hua and Chen Yangzi, whose parents are both members of Tzu Chi.
This is good karma. Having the opportunity to save people is good karma. His achievements honor me.
When Yangzi initially received the news that a pairing was successful, his family initially hesitated.
Yang Zhi said, "Mom, don't worry, I'll do the donation." But at that time, he was married for nearly a year, and my daughter-in-law hadn't gotten pregnant yet. I told my family such a donation can be postponed because the other party is in very serious condition. Our in-laws agreed that it was important to save people.
His wife put aside the matter of getting pregnant and supported his decision to donate stem cells.
I feel relieved because I have done what I want to do. I hope when I can donate, I have the opportunity to do it. My wife is okay with this decision here because we eventually had a child, and another one came the following year.
After giving birth to 2 daughters in succession, Yang Zi attributed this success to a successful stem cell donation. As a father, he was even more reluctant to give up on the ordeal his recipient faced.
She's so young, and if she didn't have the chance to live, her family will be very sad. When I see the recipient, I just want to give her encouragement.
Providing support as well as care and warmth, the stem cell recipient has been able to get back to good health and cheerfully cherish every day of her life.
Tzu Chi care recipient Mr. Chen in Taichung suffered a car accident 10 years ago, which left him with mobility issues. From a poor household, Mr. Chen is unable to take care of himself. A Tzu Chi Hospital superintendent, Dr. Chen Soxin, came to his house bringing love and care.
10 years ago, a spine injury caused Mr. Chen health issues. Without an ability to work, he lives in a poor house and depends on subsidies to live.
Do you have a scar on your leg? Can I see it?
Not only there are bedsore scars, every month Mr. Chen goes to the hospital to change his urinary catheter.
Let me check on the urine bag. You must drink more water. Now I'm worried about an infection in the urethra.
Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital Superintendent Jian Shouxing is here to send love and care.
I'm grateful to Tzu Chi brothers and sisters for their long-term care. And of course, our nursing staff also came here to care for him, bringing positive energy.
I'm very moved. They never despised the environment and came here to see me.
Suffering from diseases, 62-year-old Mr. Chen lives a tough life. He delivered newspapers for years and ran into multiple car accidents. In recent years, he suffered from Parkinson's disease, as he always carries medicine with him.
He has to eat at least 10 pills per day, around 15 today.
Like Parkinson's disease, there will be heart issues. We must continue to track down and to see if there is a need to change the medication quantity and perform regular blood draws.
Doctors arrive at the home to provide care and bring hope to patients as they move on together.
Malacca's Duyong has a recycling point that has been operating since 2011. Volunteers meet once a month to do recycling with Tzu Chi. Volunteer Kwa Kim Chu inviting neighbors to do recycling and safeguarding our environment. Let's take a look.
Walking, biking, or driving, people are coming here to Kwa Kim Chu's recycling point through different transportation methods. Starting in 2011, volunteers would meet here to do recycling once a month.
The recycling point open for nearly 10 years, and along the way, we just invite people verbally as they join us.
From the beginning until now, I have lived in the same community as Tzu Chi's sister Hua Kim Tzu.
She told me to come to recyclables and I'll have a good time with others.
The establishment of the recycling point is the biggest help to this couple, as they have long-stashed resources at their house.
She told me that we have to find a new place to put things. If we can't, then we can put the recyclables in my home. With this recycling point, people know that I do recycling as they bring recyclables to me. Even the Malaysians also know that it's a way to throw away trash.
Before I would drop it off at a Tzu Chi recycling station, and now I bring it to the recycling point here since it has opened.
The recycling connection all started from the act of cutting vegetables.
I went with her to cut vegetables as there was something to do. Then I found out about recycling. If no one protected the planet, the trash would just pile up like a mountain.
The invitation turned into lifelong friendships, as Tzu Chi volunteer Kwa Kim Chu has these words to say.
I'm very appreciative to everyone as they helped for years. I couldn't do it alone. Honestly, doing good deeds isn't just a one-person job. The residents are kind here because they help carry things.
Fujian Tzu Chi Huashan Recycling Station has several volunteers who work as a team to do recycling. Among them is Wang Shu Qing, who is more than 60 years old and joined Tzu Chi in 2012, the same year she lost her oldest son to a car accident.
Wang Su Qing appreciates Tzu Chi and volunteer Tian Yijing, who persuaded her to volunteer at Huashan Recycling Station after the passing of her son due to a car accident.
Sister Yang Zhi told me, go do recycling with me. It is no use for you to stay at home. Your son is gone. You'll become more optimistic if you do recycling.
She no longer cries looking at her son's picture. She dedicates herself to recycling and changed her mindset. She made friends with volunteers her age. And her elder sister, Wang Zhen, also joined the Tzu Chi family.
We enjoy coming here as everyone treats us kindly. Whether we do the work or not, everyone's happy.
Wang's daughter-in-law runs a car repair factory. She learns from Wang.
After she started doing recycling, she became more optimistic. She also does her best to help other people. She helps people outside and her family. Upon seeing bottles or cans, she'll pick them up and recycle them. She has been inspired.
Wang, who is more than 60 years old, does not spend a long time at the recycling station. However, even for 1 or 2 hours, she'll come to the recycling station because it's her second home.
I do not ask for anything. Before I pass away, I'll do my best. That is all I ask for.
Tzu Chi volunteers came to Guangxi Borough, where nearly 1 out of every 3 people is 65 years of age or older. Many young people have migrated from the area, leaving many elders to live solitary lives.
80、78、76啦，哦76、65啦，我這大孫仲53，我是你的大孫啦。
The Chen family are full of people. All of them live long.
食愈老愈勇哦。頭老爸啊，是講老爸100歲啦。
Chen Youchuan, who has a father over 100 years old, is 84 years old already. He is healthy but afraid of falling.
I slipped and fell in the bathroom and my knees crooked after I fell. Now I can't exert force after changing my knee joints.
Being afraid of tragedy of the fall, volunteers carefully survey and communicate.
你这身躯拢坐椅啊？嘿，哦，爬袂起来，爬袂起了。洗澡椅互你坐，会当摕。唔免啦，人向顶坐啊啦。坐人坐落椅啊，就我方便啊。哦，哎呀，好可爱啊！
Volunteers then move to the next drawer to Chen's house. The 106 years old elder is very clever. When she saw the volunteers, he warmly welcomed them.
The bathroom is very comfortable.
I'm afraid it will rot after a long time. It's a little dangerous if he pushes hard on the sink to stand up.
Tzu Chi volunteers puts himself in the position to find hidden crises for the elderly and is grateful for Borough Chief's report so they can help the elderly.
Because of the high rate of aging population, they need some assistance in daily life.
Nearly 150 volunteers were divided into 6 groups and visit 61 homes. One of the places that Tzu Chi visited, Guangxi Borough in Tainan City, is one of 6 longevity villages in Taiwan, with 28% of the population over 6 years old. Thanks to the Tzu Chi project of beautifying the community, the seniors will be safer at home.
After Typhoon Goni hit the Philippines, Tzu Chi Kindergarten Penang, Malaysia, prayed for the safety of survivors and also donated funds. We will leave you with these images. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.